You had a chance to work directly with Truett Cathy over the years. Tell me a little bit about maybe some of the things that you learned from him on servant leadership as it just grew and grew and grew, and you hired franchise, I guess, leaders and things like that throughout the years.
Well, it was something that was instilled very early from the very beginning in my career, and everyone who comes to work there is that we're here to serve. And everybody in that organization is serving someone. There's team members and their franchisees that are serving customers. And at the support center, we serve the franchisee so that they could do a better job doing that. We had a saying, if you're not serving chicken, you better be serving someone who is. And that's an important distinction. It was so important that, one of the things we did was we worked in a restaurant at least once a year, sometimes more often than that, but at least once a year in a team member uniform, in team member jobs, so that we could understand what their everyday life was. So that when we got that phone call at the support center at 5:05, we picked up the phone, or we got that phone call for that matter over the weekend, that we understood that this business didn't work unless those people were able to serve customers. So whatever our job was to help them do better, that came number one. So that was the first part. And then it was such with Truett and his family, it was what you observed. It was what you caught. It wasn't just what was taught, it was what you caught. And I traveled with, senior members of that organization, and I watched them walk through the parking lot picking up trash on the way to the restaurant, or I watched them, swing by. They didn't, team members are busy. They didn't walk over there and say, hey, can you come get this tray off the table? They cleaned it themselves. So that was built into the culture. And in fact, early days, it was so funny because we had a break room that had beverages available. And so every time somebody goes to get a drink, they'll say, I'm going to get something to drink. Would you like something? I mean, you didn't have that in any other place, constantly somebody bringing you something to drink, or here, let me take that trash away for you. I'm headed down to the break room or whatever. It was just part of the culture.
Oh man, I love that. I've heard the phrase that I may be butchering, but it's something like your culture is what you tolerate. And if from a leadership standpoint, like you see this is what the CEO does, this is what the leadership does, and this is how we constantly respond.